So funny thing, I just did the live at 11:30 like I said I would, and created this whole mini class for you, and discovered that I actually hadn't hit go live. Anyway, but if you wanted to see the original, I've actually got it over on Instagram because that was on my phone. So here I am again, with my tails between my legs, and I'll do it here again, on YouTube, on Facebook, and in the Fearless Singer membership. So the intention of these daily, I'm just going to give you one or two exercises. The intention of it is really just to show up for our voice. And whether you identify as a singer or not, this is going to be so powerful because our voice is our vehicle for self expression. It is the transmitter of frequencies that gives everybody, the essence of who we are. And, all those beautiful stories that are within us, they get told through our voice. So you showing up daily, just doing just one exercise, keeping it very simple and small, is your way of honoring that. And just even on a very practical point of view as well, I might be talking to people that exercise every day. I'm not one of those. It's one of those things that I'm working on, changing in my life. But if you show up for your body every day, so you go for a walk or you go to the gym, this is an extension of that. And this is going to be really helpful, even just as, like I said, just as speakers. You're going to increase your tonality, so the colors in your voice. So if you've ever been told that you're monotone, and God forbid that somebody told you that, because obviously they're assholes. But or you've identified that, no, I need a little bit of variation in my voice, a little bit of prosody, this is going to help you. And if you are an aspiring singer, this is your way of saying, hey, I am a singer because I show up every day for my voice and I sing. And that's very powerful. And if you are already a singer and life, gets in the way of showing up for your craft, again, this is like your entry point. So doing this one thing daily, you can say, at least I did that today. Yeah. So that's where this service is being offered. So I'll be doing this on Facebook, YouTube, and on Instagram. So I'm going to try and do it every day. Some days I might not be feeling very well. I'm only going to show up if I can be of my best. So because I don't think that's fair to you. And somebody, a Facebook user, because I can't see your name, says that you love my earrings. Thank you. They're Dizzy Star. I'll put the link in the comments anyway. All right, so let's get started. So what we're going to actually start with is a rebalancing exercise. This is from a fantastic book, and I don't have it on me. Oh, hang on. Actually, I think I do. Oh, yes. This is A Voice by Jeremy Fisher and Gillian Kays. This is a fabulous resource, by the way. So this exercise is from them, and it's a rebalancing postural alignment exercise. So I invite you to stand with your feet in line with your shoulders or hip bone width apart. And you might want to just give yourself an opportunity to, give yourself some squidgy knees. That's my expression of saying soft knees. And you're going to imagine that there is a wall in front of you. So we're going to become Marcel Marceau for a moment. And we're just going to shift our balance forward, leaning forward onto that imaginary wall without lifting our feet. We're just breathing normally through this exercise. So we're really just checking out, like, where does our feet, where does it meet the floor, on these different points. And now we're going to use that same imaginary wall to propel ourselves backward. Again, not raising our feet. You might want to forget about the imaginary wall right now. And then coming back into the center. Now we're just going to go to the outside edges of our feet, again without lifting up our inner part of our feet, just kind of like you're about to. And now we're going to go to the inside edges of our feet. And now we're just going to shift our balance towards our toes. We're going to gently raise our heels. My apologies. That's it. And then we're just going to come back down, and then we're just going to raise our big toes. Now, if that's tricky to isolate your big toes, imagine that you're getting your other toes and you're putting them, firmly pressing them into the floor so that you can raise your big toes. And then release. And then, yeah, how do you feel? It's like a renewed relationship with the ground. Feels really good for me, but it might, that might be nothing for you, and that's totally cool. No judgment. All right, now what we're going to do, we're just going to do one nervous system reset exercise, and it's a real basic one, and I invite you to use this as many times during the day, especially as we come across things that may overwhelm us. This is a way of releasing or resetting our nervous system, and really tapping into this beautiful feeling of expansion. So we're just going to take a long inhalation through the mouth, using your arms. It's good to use your body in this, and we're just going to go, exhale on a sigh. Really milk it. And we're just going to do that again. And if you're around people and you do that, who cares? This is a conversation between you and your nervous system. All right. Now we're just going to do one vocal exercise. So really lovely and simple. We're going to do it on a fricative called the Puffy Cheeks W. So I'm just going to invite you just to puff out your cheeks. Chrislyn, the first sentence I heard was really milk it. We're just going to puff out our cheeks. We're just going to let the air build up behind our lips. And we're just going to have a little gap here for a bit of air to go out. Now we're going to vocalize on that. We're just going to go. So it should feel like the little man in the mouth thing. You know, that comedic skit. I forget, that English guy. He can actually talk like a ventriloquist. That's it. So Puffy Cheeks W. Now this is a really lovely, powerful, stretchy exercise. So what is actually happening? You've got a build-up of air pressure there. So you're going to really feel that beautiful sense of back pressure, and an even airflow either side of the vocal folds, so for them to adduct. And then you've got this sense of openness in the throat, and you're also gently expanding these muscles here. And also you're engaging our big kahuna breathing muscle, our transverse abdominis, and that's the one that we want to activate first before we do anything, because that's going to give us full access to our beautiful sound. If you don't know any of this, it doesn't really matter. Just do the exercise. Just do it. All right. So we're just going to do a 1-3-1 slide on the Puffy Cheeks W. So I'm going to play an octave lower for our tenors and our baritones, and go. And you just showed up for your voice today. You did one exercise that's going to be super helpful. Now, is that going to mean that you're going to be Beyonce? I hope so. That would be amazing. I really love that for you. maybe not. That's okay. But it's just one little stretchy exercise. It's beautiful for all your vocal muscles, and you did something today for your voice, which is fantastic. Now, a couple little things to check in with when we're singing is what's happening with our knees. So, do this exercise again. By the way, if you're watching this later, can you please #replay? And also, if you have any questions whatsoever, use this as a space where we can connect and I can help you with anything. And if I don't know anything, if I don't know what you're asking, I will seek clarification and find out for you. So yeah, things to check in with is our knees, just ensuring that they don't lock up again, because it's like, oh, I'm singing, I'm making sound, stress. The other thing too is what's happening in your throat. Are you feeling any sort of like little itchy, sort of twitchy sort of things? So just being mindful of that. Just observing. We're not even saying good, bad, whatever. Yeah. And the other thing is what's happening with your stomach. So hang on, let me move this bit better. What's happening with that tummy wall? So when I'm doing it, I'm going, So just a few little things to be mindful about. Obviously, you can't think about all three when you're doing the exercise. Start with one thing, focus on that. But really, singing and voice work is really just an invitation just to be aware of what our body does. One of the best tools that we have at our disposal is a mirror. If you feel inclined to stand in front of a mirror, I know that can be a bit confronting. While you're there, you might want to do some affirmation work as well, like, hey sexy, or whatever feels good to you. And also we've got phones, so record yourself as well. It's a really powerful thing to do, is to listen to yourself back and start to practice listening to yourself back without any judgment, and of course, and not judging yourself for judging yourself as well. So many things. Now, listen, if you want more help in this way, or you want a daily routine done for you, 10 minutes, if you head over to my website, so www.fearlesssinger.com, yes, 3 S's, I have a free daily routine done for you. You can just sign up for it. It's like it's in a course format. However, you can get the Kajabi app on your phone and actually play those exercises like it's an app. And then also too, if you want more help, you're like, yeah, I'm an aspiring singer, or I'm already a singer and I want to go to the next level, and you think you could benefit from group mentoring and being part of a fabulous community of other singers, including myself, come over to Fearless Singer School. So that's fearlesssinger.com/school. It's a year commitment, so you'll be coming to monthly classes, as well as I do a weekly check-in every week. It goes for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and we cover everything from mindset to vocal technique. And in those classes, the 2-hour classes, they're usually about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We cover things like singer branding, so business, like telling your story, mindset, vocal technique, anatomy, you name it. There's plans to have guest teachers in on that space as well. So it's an access point to the Fearless Singer community, but it's also some really, I want to avoid using the word intense, because just know that I am intensely invested in you succeeding. However, I try not to make it so that you feel overwhelmed by all of the resources and the help. I've got to work on that, that need to, like, I love you and I want you, I sometimes feel like I can be a bit of a stage mum. I promise I work very hard on not being that intense. Fearlesssinger.com, check out all those free resources. There's other stuff there too for free you can download. And if you have any questions, please feel free to do that in the comments. And reach out. If you feel like I don't want to share that publicly, just send me a DM. All right, I'll stop talking and I'll see you again tomorrow.